How's it going, everybody? I am Preston Johnson.
Welcome to
Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV.
You guys are general philosophy.
That's exactly right. You're a fish.
Qwan, by the way, my producer, Qwan Young, doing a good job. He'll be taking the calls. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to the show, Bets TV, bringing you Last Word Cheetah. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. I am Preston Johnson, hanging out in our studios in Southern California, alongside Qwan Young. Welcome. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I
had to think about it
yeah,
for a bit.
it's a lot that happens over here.
All
I
good.
gotta think about it quite often.
He's doing well. I'm having a good day.
It's a great day. It's Thursday. Thursday leads up. This is the worst day because you gotta wait until another day for the weekend to happen. So you got one more work day to go through.
We're going back to the weekday power ratings.
But it's football season, so that kind of bumps it up a little.
Yeah, Thursdays are great. I don't mind Thursdays. I actually enjoy the feeling of, wow, tomorrow's Friday. Great. Like, that doesn't bug me. Plus, you get football. You have, like, some Pac-12 games, some others. Plus, you have Thursday Night Football in the NFL. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm going to L.A. later tonight, to do a photo shoot. I'm modeling. First time. I'm not sure if anyone knew that. I am a male model starting tonight. I won't give much else away, but I'm excited. And it has to do with happy faces and smiling. Should be fun. Shout out Brendan. We'll be in touch. We already have callers. They're just steaming to play. For those that missed yesterday, we brought back Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire, NBA Summer League edition. We had 5 people that got through the trivia stage. They got to pick of 3 underdogs on the NBA card. There were 3 that I liked personally. I had gone into why. They had to choose which one they thought won. 2 of them did with ease. That would be the Cavs winning outright and the Mavs. And then the Lakers, they ended up losing on the last possession or 2 down the stretch. Had a chance, but they went 2-1. Sarab, unfortunately, was on the Lakers side, which lost. But the other 4, we have Bob, Ty, Tone, and Ethan. Those 4 callers made it to today, day 2. If they get today's question right, then tomorrow they get to play for $250. And for those that are unaware, we go through till a day 7. And if one of them makes it through, it's $25,000 we're giving away. I'm giving away half. Bets TV is giving away the other half. So root them on. We'll have those 4 calling in at some point during the show. And then, as usual, we'll take your calls just for your daily bets, whatever you're liking on the card. It can be Summer League. It can be baseball, 661-515-BETS. Or we have some preseason football. We got Washington, New England, and Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. So if you guys want to break down any of those games, talk them through. Lines are open. I'm not sure if you put them on hold. We can go straight to it if we want. I know I didn't have anything else in the intro per se. Was it Patrick that called in right away? Did I hear you say Patrick? Who was it? Alex. Okay, well, let's bring in Alex. Did he win yesterday on his daily bet? What did he go with? Do you recall? I can just ask him.
Yeah, there you go.
Alex, what's up, man? You're on the line. This is Preston. What did you bet yesterday? What was your play?
Bob and I took the Mariners money line.
Ah, okay. There you go. And if I recall, they were down 1-0. They scored, tied it up, ended up finishing it off. Was it bottom of the 9th? Yeah, it was bottom of the 9th. Well done. Nice work. Take the W. And now going into today, do you have something that you're eyeing?
I think I'm going to fade Twitter today and go with Tony La Russa and the White Sox money line.
Why are you fade? What do you mean by fade Twitter? Because I saw a tweet earlier, and now I'm curious.
I don't know. Every time I get on there, people are talking trash about Tony La Russa. So I'm just,
Is that right?
I'm going to fade Twitter.
Okay, so this is the tweet I saw from Marty Mush. I love people who think this way. All right, here's the tweet. The bet is so clearly the White Sox tonight, facing Henney, a lefty with a 5 ERA. so that you have to take the Yankees at plus 150 tonight. So it's so obvious you're supposed to take the White Sox that he actually likes the Yankees. You're just going to stick with the White Sox. Do you want to tell us why? Does it have to do with the pitching matchup, the lefties, whatever it is?
Yeah, the pitching matchup mostly. Andrew Heaney has been pretty cold, so yeah.
All right. You can get minus 172. Yeah, 172. That's the best price I can give you. Lance Lynn, the White Sox, up against Heaney and the Yankees. We'll lock you in for that, man. We appreciate the call.
Oh, can I get one more pick in? I'm sorry.
You can, but we only track one a day for the leaderboard. But if you want to give us and leave us with another W, feel free.
That's fine. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, all good. Is it for a game that's today, or would you rather call back tomorrow? If it's for football, you could do that. But we do one a day for each caller.
That's fine. I'll just take my pick and go.
Cool. No problem, man. Good luck tonight. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Carlos was like perked up. I can do multiple picks in a day. I'm gonna throw in like 10. I gotta win one of them. By the way, was he one of the winners yesterday?
He pushed.
Oh, that's right. It was the Dodgers under, and he was like, "Oh, Preston said I don't bet unders. I'm gonna bet the Dodgers under." Yeah, it pushed. So he still won 5 in a row with the push. Now, I mean, winning streak's still alive.
Listen,
I'll give
man,
him
you got
that.
to just let him be. I feel it. Like this is the month. If Tom Davis, quote unquote, doesn't keep winning.
It's true. Pikachu hit a 3-teamer yesterday. He's already atop the leaderboard. He's called in 3 times ever. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He's hit 2 parlays, Monday and Wednesday.
He DM'd me last night.
Which account?
TJ Davis.
Okay, so then you know it's him.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you, I've been talking to that guy for a few years occasionally. It's not Pikachu.
His account was from 2013, so I'll give you that. But ever since KD came out with his burner, you can't trust it. Like, people make backups, and then there are backups of the backups. There are different aliases.
That's fair.
Tom Davis, you're on the clock today. You got to call in.
He will. He is on top of the leaderboard, so well done. We have someone else holding. We should just take them now. Patch them through. Welcome to Last Word, Cheetah. Who are we talking with?
Hey, Preston's Bob.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Today's a good day.
Yeah. Hey, I wondered, what's the over/under on number of kneecaps bitten in Qwan's Detroit Lions game?
Number of what? Kneecaps?
He's Dan Campbell
Kneecap
referencing the dude. How many kneecaps are they going to bite?
Look, I know he's going to call in later, but I got to give Patrick some more love. You know how he used the Lions +2 2 days ago as his pick. He broke it down. And, now they're like -1, -1.5. And he does Jets yesterday, -120. They're up to 2-point favorites after being about pick or, -1. So he's been on the right side of these NFL preseason moves. Hopefully some people are paying attention. I wasn't, unfortunately, but now he's sitting in great spots. So I'm rooting for the Lions this week, unfortunately. So I don't know, kneecaps or not. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm hoping Patrick, he got ahead of the move. I hope he's right. Anyway, Bob, let us know what you like today.
Yeah, I think the Mariners start in like 2 minutes. So I just wanted to do a 2-2 parlay. Mariners and White Sox supposed to win on the money line.
All righty, let me just double check it hasn't started. Yeah, you got 1 minute. I'll lock it in right now, -214. Does that work?
Yeah, well, I was going to do a parlay member with White Sox crushing those games.
Yeah, I'm plugging it in. +132 will be the total payout there.
Okay, 132.
Cool.
All right.
We'll lock you in for that.
Are we doing the NBA Summer League or whatever
The Betting Extraordinaire, you did win with the Mavs. So we need to take a break. Do you mind holding for 2 minutes before we do Betting Extraordinaire Day 2?
I can wait. I'll read through the
Again? Excellent. All right, we'll take the break now. Anyone else on hold, we'll get you right after Bob as well. The line is 661-515-BETS. This is Last Word Cheetah. We'll play some Betting Extraordinaire Day 2 with Bob on the other side.
Qwan, you there?
Welcome back. There you go. I heard a mute in my ear, but I think we timed it okay. Welcome back, everybody. We had Bob holding, so we're going to get straight to it. He made it through day one. He won with either the Mavs or the Cavs. I think he was the Mavs +7 yesterday in our Summer League edition of Betting Extraordinaire. Chance to win $25,000. Bob, it's day two. You don't have to answer trivia now. You made it through yesterday. But we have another question. We're flipping gears. All right. We're staying in Summer League, though, which I know you're not a huge NBA fan, but you're able to at least get the trivia right. We're going favorites. Qwan has the question, right? You're good? All right. I just wanted to make sure we had a graphic ready. 4 favorites. You just tell me which one you think wins. A, Nets -3.5. B, Celtics -4.5. Rockets -4.5. Or D, Nuggets -1.5.
Oh, I need a little more info. I mean, I don't know who they're playing. I got to check this out.
You can pull it up on screen. We're not in a super rush. Take your time. It's $25,000 on the line potentially here. The Nets go up against the Wizards. I know that off the top of my head. And some of the market is 4. So for what it's worth, maybe the 3.5 is a little bit of value there, just relative to some of the other market numbers. Boston, I did 4.5. Most of the market is actually 4 flat, but I didn't want there to be whole numbers and a potential chance of pushing for the game show, right? So they're at 4.5, but maybe would lean the other way there. I actually dislike the Rockets for what it's worth. So people can go against me if they want, but I actually like Toronto. I get in love with Jalen Green, and they had a great first game. And the Sengun guy from, I think it's Turkey, that they got later in the first round that dropped, and they had a great little run. And I don't know, I feel like they're just getting overvalued from the get-go. So I actually lean the other way there. And then Nuggets, they're about -1. Again, I rounded up just for the sake of not having a whole number. So if that helps you at all, you can lock one of those in.
Don't forget about your 2 lifelines. We could poll the audience, or you can ask Preston.
That is true. Those are the 2 lifelines you have. I forgot about those. I wouldn't waste them now on a day 2 still. I would save it for some of the more difficult questions. If you really make a run here and you're playing for $2,500 on day 5 or $25,000 on day 7. But if you want to use one, you can, yes.
The Wizards are 0-1. The Nets are, trying to check them out. They're 1-1. Huh? Shoot blind. I don't even know who they got. Let's see. They got Cameron Thomas. The first round draft pick. Well, I guess we'll go with. I'll take the Nets. What the heck?
All right. We'll give them the 3.5 on the Nets. Thanks, Bob, for playing. Hopefully you're playing for $250 tomorrow, day 3. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
You think we're going to get an email from YouTube about me whistling the Jeopardy theme song?
I think that was a very good recreation. So I don't think they'd be able to figure it out.
Okay, we're safe. It's happened before. I used to play music that I liked at the beginning of shows, and there's too many emails. All right, who's up next? Was it Andre, you said?
Andre, yeah.
All right, Andre, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Doing well, Preston. I'm glad that my New York Knicks, under the leadership of General Thibodeau, came through for me yesterday. 91-82 victory. They know what time it is. Today, we're going to stay with the Summer League action. I'm looking at the Boston Celtics -4 against the Orlando Magic. I think they're going to cover. They blew out the last team that they played. I think Naismith and Pritchard ran wild. So I think that's going to be I think that's going to continue. Obviously, Orlando has Jalen Suggs, and he's been putting up numbers, but he's kind of new to this whole NBA thing. Pritchard and Naismith, they missed Summer League last year, so I think that's kind of factoring in, and then the new leadership under Brad. And then I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to parlay today. I'm not at the level of tone doing 3, 4, and 5 team parlays. We're going to stick with two-team parlay. But the other matchup I have in mind is the Patriots and the Washington football team. There's Patriots -1 in this contest. I think that's frankly way off given the fact that this game is way more important in Patriots Nation. The eyes of the football nation are going to be watching this just because of this whole Mac Jones, Cam Newton pseudo controversy. So, this won't be just go out there and play one series for Cam and then, fade off. I mean, Cam's going to have some pressure to go out there and look good on these first couple series because he knows full well that if Mac Jones gets on the field and he lights it up, this QB battle controversy is going to DEFCON 5. So I think the Patriots have way more at stake here than Washington, so I think they're going to cover that -1 rather easily. And so that'll be my 2-team parlay. Again, not anywhere near what Tone is doing, but maybe tomorrow I do 3-team, but we're going to start that. Those are my 2 picks for today to lock me in. I don't know if there's trivia, Preston, because I was listening yesterday, and I do know who Jonathan Kuminga is, and I do know who Moses Moutier is, even if Kendrick Perkins can't pronounce that name right. I don't even know if I pronounced it right. But he pronounced Moses Moutier. He pronounced it wrong like 18 times. But I know who those guys are. So I know if there's trivia, I would give it a. But Qwan told me I might have missed the trivia as this goes on. So I'll have to wait for the next opportunity to put myself in position for that jackpot that was mentioned prior.
Yep, no problem. We will do the trivia every time there's a day 1 reset and everyone basically banks out. So we'll see how long the 4 that are left today can make it. And then once there's 0 left, we'll restart and start from day 1. So you'll have a chance for sure. Plenty of them. Appreciate the call.
Wonderful. Good talking to you guys. Catch you later.
Yep. Take it easy. Real quick, I wanted to reference one thing. Your price, I imagine he's still listening, but if not, for Quan's sake, plus 271, because I can give a -106 on the Pats as the leg for the 2-teamer. And then the Magic, that's the team, Tone mentioned it when he called in. It was one of the plays I liked yesterday. The Cavs are +5, 4.5 against the Magic. Cavs went out right by 10. Suggs would have a good game, I think like a 15, 8-6 type game. But the Magic have just been overvalued, I think, because of kind of the sexy names and stuff and the goodness that they had in the draft. And then people talked about, Tone mentioned Cole Anthony and some of the others that they've had in recent. So back-to-back now, he's going at it, fading them from the get-go. So we'll lock that in. I forget what the price was. It was -110, but what's the line? Do you remember, Qwan? You probably don't remember. Boston. Oh, it was the Boston one, -4. So anyone that's actually watching, that's one of the options. If you're playing day 2 of Betting Extraordinaire, you can go with Boston. All right, who's up next? Patrick. All right, patch him through. Patrick, welcome to the show. Nice work on the Jets, by the way. I'm not sure where you're getting the info or the timing of the show and then the move, but so far, so good, at least the 2 that you've given out here.
No, and the one that I got the most closing line value on was the one I gave out when I was destroyed last Monday. I got the Jaguars on the money line at +140. Now it's -160. So that one better come through for me.
That's probably the one we all need to fade the other way when it moves $1 your way. I forgot about that, though, because you had called last Monday, I think, or something like that. Yeah, so that was a ways back. So you're actually 3 for 3 on these moves.
Yeah, I'm going to be behind this. I'm going right back to NFL preseason. And this is another one that I bet earlier this week. The Broncos, I bet them at pick. Now they're at -2 and -110 at low vig. But I'm still going to go with that. Kellen Mond's not playing. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to play. And if he does play, he's only going to play a series or 2. And that leaves Jake Browning and Nate Stanley for the Vikings QB rotation. And I know Drew Lock's starting for the Broncos. That Teddy Bridgewater is going to play too. And then they have Brett Rippon, who's not great. But that QB rotation is far superior to the Vikings QB rotation. And Mike Zimmer, he's historically been a very good preseason coach, but I think this is just going to trump that. So I'd rather have it at pick, but I'll still take -2.
So I can give you the 2. Most spots are 2.5 now. I know some people that play Denver as well, so not surprised to see this just continue to trickle up. It's one of those that probably goes to -3 before it goes back down. So I still think you're okay grabbing 2s if you're able to. And we'll lock you in. Look, is that 4 now that he'll have pending over the weekend pretty much? Monday, the leaderboard Monday will definitely have an update.
It's a battle.
We'll see where he's at, but it's a battle.
He's got Jags, Lions.
This might make or break me.
Yeah, it really could. Cool, man. We appreciate the call as usual. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, he's got Jags, Lions, Jets, and Broncos.
Denver, yeah. I feel like we need to round robin those 4 the other way. Everything's moving his direction, and I just have this feeling it's not going to work out for him. I shouldn't say that. I should be positive, Patrick. I apologize. All right, who's up next? Tone?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing? Well done yesterday. Easy easy winner on the Cavs outright.
Yeah, you're the one defending Cole Anthony over there. The guy stinks. I'll say it again. I want the Celtics today.
I didn't
bet
defend
the
Cole
Celtics
Anthony.
last night -2.5. They're already -4 now. But I'll do -4.5. I don't care. I mean, I think they have the best, probably top 4 out of any summer league team: Carson Edwards, Pritchard, Naismith, and Langford. So give me the Celtics again. Give me a -4.5.
And you want to use that for your betting extraordinaire day too?
Yeah.
I imagine so. If you like them anyway, yeah, cool. We'll go with 4.5. I give you 4 for the weekly leaderboard. There are still 4s in the market, or the monthly. Sorry, but for betting extraordinaire, you got to go with the 4.5.
I guess it's honestly the same. Just give me the money line then.
For today?
Yeah.
-1.
Give me 4. I don't care.
-170. I can give you.
Kill them. That's a blowout. That game. Blowout.
I don't know why you said I defended Cole Anthony. I never did. I was referencing how you were shooting him down.
I was about to curse. Yesterday I was, talking bad about the guy, and you were like, "Oh, pretty good rookie here." Like he had.
I really didn't. Go back and watch the show. I think you're mixing
it
up with the other show.
Go back and clip it, Qwan. I know. And since you want to talk about tax returns, send me over yours, Preston. Show me what you're paying, Qwan, and I would love to send you my tax return. That's just not something people do. So I'm sure you wouldn't do that either.
No, I would. I'll stand by that. If it's really 10x what Qwan makes, I'll fly you in and you can do a show here next to me. That for sure stands.
Okay, what do you pay Qwan?
Wait a minute now.
More than you probably think, actually.
Hold on.
I'll talk to you. I'll DM you. I don't care.
Oh.
No, listen.
I'm not sure why I would say Cole Anthony had a good rookie year. He didn't.
I don't
know where he's getting this from, so I'm still tilted about that.
Clip it.
It's like under 40% from the field, and anyway, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I said he stunk. You're like, he's really good. Whatever. Clip it. Qwan, clip it. I know he's underpaying you. He's making you go to Wendy's every damn morning. I mean, come on, Preston. Give the guy a damn pancake.
So sad, I know. Look, he thinks it's my fault. This is the whole point of me bringing it up. Who actually goes to Wendy's breakfast?
That's on my own admission.
I'm going to make this. He's under. That's what I'm hearing.
He complained about how expensive Wendy's is now anyway.
You'll get a better product out of him if you pay him. You got him living on the street.
That's what I'm saying. You think you actually make 10 times more than Qwan. It's just not true.
We'll clip it tomorrow. We'll clip the Cole Anthony.
Yes.
Just to see. I don't clip that. Yeah, I don't.
That's fine. We can clip it.
I don't remember. I don't think he said anything positive.
Yeah,
we're not going to talk.
I literally said I like the Cavs, and the market was moving that way too. I don't know where he got that from. I think he was talking to someone else, the other show he calls into. Tom, good luck with the Celtics tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I don't call into other shows, Preston, but I might have to with that kind of attitude. Have a good day.
Having reservations. All right, who's up next? I know we have at least one more.
We got Carlos and Brian. Maybe Brian after the break.
All right, we'll hit Carlos now. We got a few minutes. He's not on day 2 of Betting Extraordinaire. So let's take Carlos's winner. Carlos, welcome. 5 straight. You just try to get cute and you play under because I said you never take unders yesterday. You pushed. I feel like you're still running good, to be honest. Take the push. Get back to your bread and butter. What's your favorite over on the board? He wants to complain.
I should have won that last night. It was, 3-2? And then
when I actually looked, it was 4-3 in like the 6th or the 7th. So I don't think so.
Yeah, it was crazy. I should have won. But oh well.
How?
It is what it is.
You usually don't get out of 3 or 4 innings with only 1 run.
Well, they shouldn't have scored 2 in the top of the 9th. They didn't need to. They were good.
Oh, there was 2 in the top? All right, then I'm misremembering. If they scored 2 at the top of the 9th, that's unfortunate. Oh, wait.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hold on a second. This makes more sense. In my head, I thought he pushed at 6-2. The total was 8. The total was 10.
Oh, it was 10, yeah.
And he pushed. Right, it was 8-2. They did score 2 in the 9th. That's why I thought, that's not a bad beat because it was pushing in like the 7th inning. But anyway, we're good. I understand now, Carlos. All is well. Tell us what you like today.
I like Pittsburgh Steelers tonight against the god-awful Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're going to play Jalen maybe a series or 2. Then you got Joe, unbelievable, undisappointing Flacco. I mean, and you got Nick Mullins if he even plays. I think Pittsburgh gets it done. I want Pittsburgh money line, whatever it is.
Money line. All right. They're +1, so on the money line I can get you +104. Excuse me. I can give you the +104, or you can take the 1 point. I don't know if you have a preference.
I'll take the plus money I can get.
Okay, +104.
Yeah.
We'll lock you in. Going for 6 straight still. The push, we'll just pretend it never happened. Man, after the 2 games, you got the extra innings, though, to go overs. It's kind of karma that you lost in the 9th and under. I mean, that's just usually how it goes. Good luck tonight.
Carlos, don't let him
Straight,
psych
and
you
I'm
out.
not even in first. It's crazy.
Well, someone hit 2 parlays so far in a week. Tom or whatever his
Yeah,
name
the guy
is.
comes out of nowhere and he's
Yeah.
winning. I'm just like, what is going on?
That's why Qwan thinks he's a ringer. All right, Carlos, we got to hit a break. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I know we have one more on hold. We'll get you right after 2 minutes. We're going to come back. This is Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. Our line is 661-515-BETS. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Had to finish retweeting some come tune into the show stuff. I got to do better at that during the commercial break. So, wow, Qwan fell off the couch. He was so surprised I retweeted something during commercial break.
Life alert.
Welcome to Last Word Cheetah, though. We do have more callers. We're going to hit on those, and then we're going to do a little more college football previewing. I know we've done Independence, AAC, and Mountain West Conference so far this week. I want to talk Sun Belt, a little bit of MAC. I have a few plays I like on some futures for some of their premier teams. So we will get into that once we wrap up the calls. And we still have 2 players, I believe, Ethan and Ty, for day 2 of Betting Extraordinaire, a chance to win $25,000. So please call in. You guys have 25 minutes before we're wrapping up the show. Who do we have up next, Qwan? Brian, thank you for holding. I know you were holding for a good 6-7 minutes. We appreciate it. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Life is good, man. Thank you. What do you have for us tonight?
I'm going to go with the White Sox in baseball. I think they're minus 172.
Yeah, I gave someone else a 172 earlier. I'll double check, see if the price got better anywhere. Nope, 172 is still the best that I see, so we can lock you in for that. Any reasoning?
No smart reasoning. I just hate the Yankees, and I want to watch that game with the Field of Dreams layout they have.
Perfect. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, great. I forgot about that. Nice. Yeah, we all got to root for the White Sox now. Perfect, Brian. We'll lock you in for that.
Should be fun.
For sure.
Thank you.
Good luck. Quan's like falling off 3 chairs in the last 10 seconds. Excuse me. Are you okay? Are we doing all right?
I'm prepping something for our next caller.
Oh. I might have a hunch. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Who's up next? Let's patch them through. Welcome to Last Word, Cheetah. Who are we talking with? We got someone? You there? We might have lost whoever it was.
Yo.
There we go. We got you. How you doing?
All right. All right, buddy. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Who is this?
Good. It's Tom.
For real, Tom? Or Quan still thinks it might be a Pikachu?
Nope. Live and in color, brother.
So, by the way, you hit a 3-teamer yesterday. I'm not sure anyone's hit a 3-teamer. You're now in first on the leaderboard. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
You are. You hit the 2-teamer Monday, 3-teamer yesterday. You're now sitting atop, barely. There's a few other guys right behind you, but you have the lead. Oh, my gosh, Quan. It's like 4 times. You want to just show people why you're unable to do anything without falling out of your chair or dropping your phone? Just move the camera. Tom, I'm not sure if you're watching, but Quan is fairly certain that you are a Pikachu. And
I told him, man, boy, it's one way to prove it. It's one way to prove it.
He told me you DM'd him, and I'm not sure why he still believes this is not Tom Davis, but he's Team Pikachu still, at least for now. Let's prove him wrong. Let's get another W. We'll keep you on top of the leaderboard. What do you like today?
All right, what total do you see in the Tampa Bay and Boston?
Well, it started 25 minutes ago, so I can't give you that game, but it was 10.5, 11.
All right, go to the Reds in Atlanta. What's the total on that one?
Okay, I can give you 10. There's also 110.5 if you want to play under.
Go over the 10.
Okay, over the 10 minus 110. Cincinnati, Atlanta. Any reasoning there?
Just because it's hot and they can't neither one of them pitchers throw a party.
All right. You don't throw a party and it's hot out. Let's hit some dingers. Gutierrez and
That's
Miller.
a bar right there.
I'm telling you, this isn't Pikachu. Tom, we appreciate the call. We'll lock you in for that. Hopefully you can stay on top of the leaderboard. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Take care. We have one more.
Peace.
Couple more. All right, let's patch in the next caller. Welcome to Last Word, Cheetah. Who am I talking with?
This is Sarb. How's it going, man?
Sarb, doing well. I'm so sorry about yesterday. I think you lost 3.5 seconds after you hung up. The first innings are brutal
so
sometimes.
it's like the fastest loss ever. The old walk, wild pitch double at the start of the game.
Done. Well, hopefully today it's a little better. By the way, I also felt bad because you were the lone day one Lakers L for Betting Extraordinaire. So hopefully bounce back. Tell us what you like.
Yeah, I want to go under in the preseason game, that Washington Patriots game.
Okay. Any reasoning there?
I read Washington's going with the real limited game plan, and Heineke's he's looked real shaky, and the Patriots, I think they have joint practices Monday and Tuesday, so I heard they're going to kind of take it easy. So I just don't think the coaches are going too all out in this one.
So you could be right. What is interesting is this line has moved from open at, I think, some places as low as 32.5. Most spots were up around 34.5, 35. But this has moved up. So potentially you're buying the top. You're playing under now. It's moved too much. I tend to agree with you. I do lean that direction. But I know some guys that played over, they like the other side. So I'm staying away personally. But I tend to think that you can even look historically. Preseason totals lined 37 or higher, I'd be curious to see what the over-under rates are on those. Anyway, Sarb, we'll lock you in. Good luck tonight. I feel like a bounce back's happening.
Thanks, Preston. Take care.
Yeah, take it easy. All right. We got one more to bring in, or maybe two now.
Callers, both betting extraordinary.
Beautiful.
Ethan up first, and then Top.
All right, we'll knock these out. We'll get day 2 locked in, and then we'll talk some college football. You say Ethan was first? Cool, Ethan. Welcome to Last Word Cheetah. How you doing?
Good, Preston. How you doing?
I am doing well. Do you want to play the Betting Extraordinaire first, or do you want to lock in a play for today?
I'll put Betting Extraordinaire first. Why not?
Okay. Easy enough. No trivia. You got through the trivia portion yesterday. We'll have Qwan put up, if you want to see it visually on the show, the graphic. It's 4 NBA Summer League games this time. Yesterday was underdogs. Today's favorites. Nets -3.5, Celtics -4.5, Rockets -4.5, or Nuggets -1.5.
Interesting.
For what it's worth, I'll give you a little bit of a. I did this for Bob. Brooklyn is -4 most books, so it's 3.5 here for our question, if that sways you one way or the other. Boston is -4 most books, 4.5 some. So for whatever reason, it's kind of going against them in some certain spots. I tend to disagree with the Houston love, so I like the other side of C, if you want to take my word there. And then D Nuggets, I didn't want any pushes. They're -1 or pick. I went to -1.5 though, so you might be paying a little premium there on Denver.
Okay, I'll go with Brooklyn.
All right, he's rolling with Brooklyn. We'll lock in the 3.5 for Ethan. Thanks for the music, Qwan. I was dancing a little bit. I'm not sure if you could even hear that, Ethan, but I don't know if it helped.
I could hear it. I appreciate
it. We got you. And then let us know if you have a play for the monthly leaderboard today that you like.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, since I know you like playing the NBA All-Star Game unders after, like when they come back. Do you have the same theory with WNBA or no?
I have not. Now, this is interesting.
Just since they had that long break.
Because the break was way longer because of the Olympics. Typically, it's a lot shorter. I've never looked at it. The only reason I even started doing the NBA first quarter unders thing was because the NBA, for those that aren't aware, and I was posting them on Twitter, so people that have followed me for the last 4 or 5 years are familiar with this, but the NBA extended the All-Star break from 5 or 6 days off to 8 or 9. And I think for some teams that don't play the first night, it could even be like a 10-day layoff. And what's unique about this layoff is it isn't like days rest during the regular season where you're practicing, you're still getting some run in, you're at least doing shooting, watching film. Like you're off with family hanging low, or you're at the All-Star weekend just like messing around. Like you're not playing basketball, at least very diligently, for over a week. So I thought, maybe there's some restiness. We'll go first quarter unders. The first season of that, I think they went like 13-2. And the next season, it was similar, but it was like 10-4. Then the third season, it was, I think, 1 or 2 games over 500. And then fourth season last year, I had a huge bounce back, and it was, I think, like another 10-5 or 10-6 range. So it was positive. So all of that to say, this is like a very unique situation with the WNBA. A ton of days off.
Yeah.
I like it, man. And I again, this is a first quarter angle for me, so I wouldn't go for the full game. The full game is also already moved 4.5 points. But if you can get the first quarter, I know it's 39, I believe, most spots. That's the look. I'm interested to now follow this. That was a good call, man. I appreciate it.
I'll ride.
Roll with it. I think it's solid.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yep. Take care. Good luck.
Thanks.
It's the only game today. It's Connecticut-Seattle, by the way. And then there's going to be a bunch of games on Sunday, and that's the day when those lines pop. You have 6 of them. Because what was great, and I know we have one more caller waiting, Ty. When you have a edge that you at least perceive as an edge that hasn't really been proved one way or the other yet, you kind of just have to take a shot and hope you're right. But if you want to compound that edge and maximize it, like that first season when it went 13-2, the next one was similar, like 10-4 or 11-4. I was round robining each day. So I had like 6 teamers that were that would lose, but then the 5-teamer would hit 5-1, and then all the 4-teamers that were hitting, and all the rounds of 3-teamers that hit, and it just crushed when you were doing it that way. So can't do that today because it's just Connecticut, Seattle. But Sunday, August 15th, we have 6 games. Now, one of them, Seattle, and then another Connecticut play, who have already played, but you can kind of do what you will there. But up to 6 potential legs on the first quarter unders. If you can even find a spot that lets you round robin WNBA first quarters, that might be a non-existent, dilemma anyway. So we'll see. We'll follow it along. I am very intrigued now. I hadn't actually thought through that until Ethan brought it up on the call. Ty, we'll bring you in. Thank you for being patient. I thought that was worthwhile to note for everybody tuning in. Now we can play Betting Extraordinaire for you. You are the last one to lock in a day 2. You've probably heard to this point, but I will repeat it for you. We're doing favorites now in the Summer League today. You just got to pick the one that you think is most likely to win. And that will be A, the Nets minus 3.5, B, Celtics minus 4.5, C, Rockets minus 4.5, or D, Nuggets minus 1.5.
I'll go with the Nuggets.
Okay. That's good because no one's gone with the Nuggets yet, actually. I kind of want to have a reason to root for them, too. Perfect. We'll lock you in for that. And now, if you want to put in a play that you like, whether it's baseball or Summer League for tonight for the monthly leaderboard, go ahead and give us that right now.
I was actually going to go with the same WNBA first quarter under. That's what I was calling in just I've been following you with the NBA and had some success tailing you on that. So I'm going with the same play, please.
Sharp. There you go. Do you have 39 or do you have 38.5? Have you looked at your
39?
Options? Yeah, okay. I'll give you 39. I just was curious. It's a low total for a quarter. If you're not aware, though, WNBA doesn't play 12-minute quarters. They play 10. So, it's not as crazy, but, man, I'm intrigued now. I got to follow this tonight. I'm excited. We'll lock you in for that, and we got you on the Nuggets for Betting Extraordinaire Day 2.
Thank you.
Take care. I got to tally this. We know what tone was on for sure because he was like, minus 4.5 Celtics. Do you remember what Ty picked? Was he go Nets? I think he did Nets minus 3.5, right?
Ty?
Yeah.
Or
excuse me, Ethan. What did Ethan pick? Was it Nets? Ty did the Nuggets.
No, I just missed it.
I should have wrote it in. I'm pretty sure he did the Nets. Ethan, if we're wrong, let me know. And then Bob, do you remember what Bob picked for it? Was it Nets as well? I think it was. Cool. Well, I think it was 2 Brooklyns. So the only one that wasn't picked then was the one that I said, the Rockets. I liked the other side. So people are at least listening to me to some degree. So it's probably the lock now today of these 4 that the Rockets cruise. But I didn't think it was too high. All right. We good to do some college football?
We are.
Let's get to it. We got about 10 minutes left. And we'll start with, again, I'm going to recap real quick. Monday, we did the independent schools. Tuesday, we did the AAC. And Wednesday, we did the Mountain West Conference. We've already done the major 5 conferences the last 5 weeks. We did 1 per week. You can watch our shows or links or podcasts to get caught up if you want by the time football starts. You can put the graphic back up. It's all good. So the best remaining teams via my power ratings outside of the ones we've already spoken about, okay? So that includes the independents, then the next 2 conferences that I think are the best, which is the AAC and the Mountain West. All 3 come from the Sun Belt, so I think it's a very intriguing conference as a whole. Everyone remembers Coastal Carolina last year. They kind of turned into America's team, making that undefeated run. I wanted to pull something up because they beat the Ragin' Cajuns, ULL, who I actually project and rate better and higher than Coastal Carolina by 3 points. It was ULL's only loss, if I recall. I'm going to look up real quick Coastal Carolina's 2020 schedule because I want to make sure that I have this correctly. But did they lose a game right at the end? I feel like they were an underdog to someone in the bowl game. Liberty. They lost in overtime by 3. That was what it was. And the Sun Belt Championship game against Louisiana, which would have been the rematch, was canceled. COVID stuff, if I recall. So, anyway, just want to make sure I had that straight. They beat BYU by 5. That was a game that was pretty close. I think BYU on the final play had a pass deep post over the middle to the 1-yard line. They lost by 5 at the buzzer. Anyway, it was a fun team. Followed that with a win over Troy by 4. I remember they had to come back in that game. I think they were down 2 touchdowns to start. They were a little bit fortunate when you look at some of the underlying numbers and metrics. They played a schedule that was, relative to the Sun Belt, best you can really do. The Liberty loss wasn't great in the bowl game, but as a whole, they project out to be really good again. The only difference, we'll get to Louisiana because they're the best of these, and I do think they'd be a small favorite over both Coastal Carolina and App State. App State gets to play out of the division Coastal Carolina at home. I think App State, assuming no crazy injuries by then, are going to be a small favorite at home. If they win that game, they're in the driver's seat to win the division and then ultimately play the Raging Cajuns in the Sun Belt League championship game. Well, one of these teams is 4-1 to win the conference from that division. Coastal Carolina is only plus 175. There are some plus 375s. The point being, if the team that's 4-1 is going to be a small favorite at home in the game that probably determines the division, and the other one's plus 175, it might be mispriced a little bit. I think it is. Now, again, they're going to be dogs to Louisiana in the championship game, but you're getting 4-1, and they might be, plus 130, 140 range on the money line in the championship game. So I think incredible value. Again, it'll come down to that Coastal Carolina game, but I think the love from that run that Coastal Carolina was on last year through to this season, and the fact that I think App State, they've probably been the most consistent, non-Power 5 the last few years. They've had some coaches leaving, but they've been able to replace and been fine. But I just think they're Mr. Reliable, if you want to say that. The Coastal Carolina thing was great last year, but I trust App State when it's all said and done, especially at home with a running back duo that's fantastic. They grade out as the number 1 offensive line in the conference for me, and defensively, I think they're quite a bit better than Coastal. So if Coastal's offense as a whole and quarterback play, there's an edge there. But everywhere else, I actually like the Mountaineers. So I'm going with App State 4-1 to win this conference. Nothing against ULL. It's sheer value relative to the next best team in their division and the way the schedule shakes out. And ULL, the season win total of 8, is that really what it is? I double checked it earlier, but now I'm second guessing.
Yeah.
So now they play.
You said that. Now I'm second guessing.
Because they play like last year, for example, their one loss again was to Coastal Carolina by 3. They beat Iowa State early in the year at a conference. So Louisiana wasn't afraid to play some out-of-conference games that challenged them. They beat Iowa State, who ended up being a top 10 team last year. So the Raging Cajuns, fantastic. Bill Napier's done an awesome job. Let me pull this up, though, and make sure. 8 just seems low, and we just looked at this, but I'm second-guessing everything just in case. I know people are well, we got to wait this out, but we need to make sure it's right. I can't even find it listed on the one book I just looked at. Qwan will double check. But they've been fantastic. I think they deserve to be in that top spot of the rest of these schools. And honestly, let me pull up my ratings just to give people some context. I have Lafayette around, they're inside my top 40, okay? They're just behind NC State, Virginia Tech, Mississippi State, UCF, West Virginia, Arkansas, that range. They're right behind these schools. And right behind, I'm talking a point and a half underdog on a neutral field. So that's where I rate them. Coastal Carolina is right in line, a little bit behind them. And then App State's about 2 points on a neutral lower. Is it 8?
I'm seeing an 8.5 on BetMGM right now.
Okay, so maybe the 8 was from yesterday, or you were looking at a different book at 8. 8.5 seems closer. I'm just going to pull up right now their schedule and go through it, but it did seem a little extreme at an 8. I was I'm pretty sure I have to bet over 8, but if it's 8.5, then it's not quite a bet. But they start at Texas, so that's part of it. Again, they're not afraid to play out of conference. And they get, let's see, at Liberty, they have to play later in the year. And let's see, Ohio, MAC game, they should be okay there. But I'm surprised, if you can find 8s. Again, I'm not sure where Qwan was looking, but that would be a bet over. I think what's the 8.5 juice that you're seeing right there? What's the over juice on 8?
Over's at minus 165.
Okay, so 8's definitely wrong then. There's no such thing
plus
as
140.
Yeah, because I was going to say my projection's 9.1. So an 8.5 juiced minus 165 is like a 9. It's just because you're laying so much just to break even at minus 165. I can give people a number on that. I think 62.3%. So it's basically a 9. 8.5 juiced that high. All right, so we're good. Ignore the 8 on the graphic. Just wanted to make sure. I was going to say everyone bet over 8. I wasn't anticipating talking through a play on Louisiana, which is why I waited. And then I geared over. And my mistake for not catching it earlier.
It was 8, man. I saw an 8.
I passed Qwan off on it before the show, and then I was like, wait, 8's wrong. All right, we're good. If you can find an 8 then somewhere. Qwan's going to be digging. He's like, make his first bet, driving somewhere to bet over 8. That would be good. Let's go to the 4th team. Everyone's like, well, what about the MAC? We have another graphic for the MAC. Just the one team I want to talk about. That's Toledo. Did you make it? You missed that part. All right, well, Toledo's the next best team. They are, let's see, a few spots lower than I would have App State. And by a few, we're talking like Houston, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, Oregon State range. Okay, but they're the best by a pretty big margin in the MAC. You can get their total at 8.5. I like the over 8.5. So I'm just throwing that out there now. I think this is at least a 9-win team. They grade out extraordinarily offensively. They also, I think, had some kind of unlucky stuff happening in a few of their games. I believe was the one, that crazy Western Michigan finish. Western Michigan was down like 21 in the 4th. There were a couple of onside kicks. There were measurements that were off. Anyways, I think it's value. I think part of it is I'm down on the other division on Ohio, Buffalo, who lost their coach, and some of the players went along with the coach. And so I think they're going to have an easier shot once they even get to the final, assuming they get there. That's what I'm essentially betting on, and I think they can get over the 8.5 wins. You can bet plus 250 for them to win the conference. I think both are okay. But it begs the question then, why not take a shot on some of these longer shots if the Ohio Ball States from the division aren't going to be as strong? And I think that's totally fine. Western Michigan, Central Michigan, those are teams that are in the West Division with Toledo. I'm assuming Toledo gets through it ultimately and pushes through. But you're not going to take Akron or Bowling Green. Down on Buffalo, down on Ohio. Do you like Miami, Ohio? Do you like Kent State? If you do, you can get some good prices. I think I know someone that bet Kent State at like 15-1 range to win the MAC. So taking, like, I think there's some high variance, I think, kind of mixed in. Again, they have to beat Toledo most likely in the final. But if you don't like Toledo, or you're trying to find a conference that is pretty open, or a division that is especially open, I believe it's the East Division in the MAC, take a shot on Kent State, take a shot on Miami of Ohio. I'm down a little bit on Ohio as a whole, and Buffalo. So don't bet Bowling Green or Akron, though. They're two of the worst teams in the country. But Kent State, man, Kent State season might be in for something. I don't know. I'm kind of talking myself into it. I like Toledo, but if you want to take a shot, Kent State's the team. You're looking at me like staring at me. I'm not sure if, like, are you familiar with Mackmore because you kind of played in that area, lived over there?
Both of my head coaches are coaches at Western right now. So the D coordinator.
Did you watch that game against Toledo?
I think I caught like all the iffy stuff.
They ended up, there's a bunch of iffy stuff, like the crooked.
The lateral.
Yes. But do you remember after they got the onside kick, do you remember how they won? It was, they were going up to spike it, and Toledo's defense like didn't guard the receiver on the bottom of the screen, and the safety's like pointing him to get over there, and they just audibled out of the spike and just lofted it to the guy who was all by himself, and they won at the buzzer basically.
Yeah.
There. It was a wild game. And I remember having action on Western Michigan, and like you rarely remember the lucky ones that you win. You always remember the bad beats. That was one. Yeah. I will always remember somehow winning Western Michigan plus 3 or 4, whatever the line was. They were small underdogs. Anyway, shout out to Western Michigan then. Some love from Qwan as well. But that's that. App State 4-1 on the Sun Belt. I like Toledo over the 8.5. And if somehow you can find a Louisiana at 8, rush over there. Play over. That does it. Hopefully Ray G tomorrow to help us break down everything I went through this week in college football and anything else that he wants to add as we wrap up our season previews. We also got an Atlanta Falcons video from Qwan, some NFL talk. Everything else as usual. Summer League, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. This is Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. Thanks.